All right. All right, this is our vision call, and we want to say thank you for getting on with us. We know that you could be anywhere on the Monday evening, but you are here with us today because, again, for those of you put ready in the chat, you want to level up in your health and your wealth. And for those of you who are here earlier that put win in the chat, you want to win in your business. So I'm Dr. Tamara Dunn, and I reside out of Flint, Michigan. And me and Dr. Bramwell will be your host this evening. Want to give honor to Mrs. Nina Moore, who graciously let us present to you this evening. She's on her patch party tour, guys, right? So she's in Philly tonight. And they're having a great event as we speak. So you need to get with Miss Nina if you want to get your city on tour for the patch party. She will do it. All right. All you got to do is get the people in the room. All right. So I am born and raised out of Flint, Michigan. I am a wife of 17 years. I've got a 14-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. And I am an optometrist. I've been an optometrist for 17 years. And I think around 2014, 15, after I had my son, we realized we didn't have enough income coming in. So yes, on a doctor's salary, you cannot have enough income. You've got all the things, right? You've got kids, you've got mortgages, you've got cars. And what I had, guys, was a lot of student loans. All right. So when they come back into what's that, out of repayment mode, right? You can put them in forbearance and all of that while you're in school. But after you're out of school for a while, you got to start paying those back. So we realized we needed more income, but with the kids, I just wasn't able to go and get a second job where I would have to clock in more time. And actually, guys, I wasn't going to do that anyway. I already barely I love my job, but I don't like going into my job, if that makes sense, right? I love what I do and I love helping the people, but I'm like, I'm here enough. I don't need y'all to take all my time, right? So I found a post on social media and got into this industry called network marketing in 2015, and I have been here ever since. All right. Now I have been in a few different companies. Uh-oh, if you guys can mute yourself as you're coming in, I'm gonna mute it. All right. I've been in a few different companies, but every one I grow and I learn more and more. And I'm just so excited tonight to share with you what we have going on because it's no longer a Me Too product. It's actually something that like I became a doctor to do. Dr. Brand will come on and say what she became a doctor to do, and it's actually helping people and knowing we're going to help you and not worried about how will this harm you later on, right? So that is freeing just to know that we're able to help so many people in so many different ways. All right, so we are going to get started with our presentation. So let me share my screen and get that up for you guys. If you are ready for this information, put ready in the chat for me. You still got time. If you got a few more people that you want to send this link out to, you might want to get them on right now. All right. Let's do this. Perfect. All right. So this is from our Jay Dhaliwal, our founder and CEO of the Super Patch Company. And he says, I'm here to build something generational that will transform the world. Anything else is a waste of time, right? And what do? We go to work and we invest and maybe we get other businesses and other streams of income to grow our income. And why do we say that's for? So that our kids are okay, so our grandkids are okay, right? So we're always working toward that generational wealth and success. So what happens with that is disruptive technology has always changed the world and always will. So if you think about cars, cell phones, computers, all those things where new technology has come into play, we didn't believe that stuff was going to happen, right? We weren't around when cars started, but cell phones, computers, laptops, all of that, we didn't believe any of that. But the person who came up with those newer technologies, that new innovation, has changed their life and generation after generation of lives, right? And now we have the next big thing, all right? The future of wellness doesn't live in a Me Too product. Everyone has a detox tea or some vitamins or some pills, right? So if you think about Mary Kay, Avon, Amway, why are they still around and thriving? Melaleuca, those are like the biggest companies out there right now. Why are they still thriving? Because they were one of the first to solve big problems. So that created bigger opportunities for people to win, right? And we have a way that we're going to do that now. So now we're solving problems with the new innovation of product backed by not just supplements, but by science and technology. All right. So let's think about this. Let's think about our global problems that we have today. Now, I'm going to read these off. And if I'm coming down your row, I need you to put me in the chat. All right. So we've got 6 billion people who have poor sleep. All right. And poor sleep can mean a lot of things. If they got insomnia, if they can't go to sleep, maybe they don't have a hard time going to sleep, but they're up all night because their mind is racing. Like they can't stop their mind from thinking. They're up and down. They're having to use the bathroom. Us of a certain age might be having a night sweat or a hot flash and wake up, right? So poor sleep, 6 billion people in the world. High stress, low fitness, and just type me in the chat if I'm talking to you. Aches and pains in your body, mood issues, calorie control, low energy, right? Poor mobility, poor balance. These are the big wellness problems that's going on in America, in well, the world today. Current wellness solutions that we have to help those problems. We've got over-the-counter products. We've got drugs and medications, supplements, surgeries, exercise, caffeine. Maybe we have to change our lifestyle, diet change. But with most of these on here, do we like doing these things? Not really. All right. And there's challenges and risk with a lot of those. We've got side effects, over the counter medicines, drugs and shots and all those things, surgeries that comes with side effects that we may not want to deal with after the fact. We've got high costs, life change resistance. We've got invasive. Maybe they're not easy to use. You got contraindications, like you might be taking one thing, but it's messing with something else, right? So these are the challenges and risks that we have with the current solutions that we are using. But studies show this is what people really want and need. All right. And if you see some things on here that you might want to have for yourself, put me in the chat. We've got drug free. We've got no diet change, non-invasive. We have easy to use, no lifestyle change, low cost. All right. We want something affordable. We want something that's no side effects, something that's our children can use and you'll be safe. Our older parents or grandparents can use and they'll be safe. Something that's been tested and proven. So this is what most people, well, really all people want and need. All right. So we need a new approach, right? It's time for a breakthrough. And we have that for you tonight. All right. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And I know some of us, we're thinking things are magic, what's happening, that what we're seeing. All right. And you guys are going to be able to see that in a second. So we're introducing Super Patch. Now, I don't know if who has their camera on or if you've got some patches on your arm or your chest where you can show the people that you're all patched up. I know I'm patched up. I have one on my arm right here. I've got a couple on my leg. But these patches are 100% drug free. We don't have to worry about side effects or contraindications. All right. They are more than 1 million happy clients so far. And we've only been around since 2023. They are FDA registered. Incredible clinical results. All right. So they have been tested and they have been proven. All right, 30-day money back satisfaction guarantee. They're made in the USA, 95% positive reviews. All right, so that is our super patch. And we can go into with it being no ingredients, drug free. Then how does it work? I know that is mind boggling for people to not have anything in it. I've got to tell people all the time. They always say, now what's in it? Every time I put it on, I was like, there's nothing in it. I know it's hard. I do know. But if you look at the bottom of that screen, that little fingerprint right there, that's what's doing all the work. All right. It's a neural pattern. And besides me going through all the scientific words, I'm going to play a video for you guys that will explain everything. All right. So this is going to be a short 5-minute video about how this VTT technology works in the patches and how they work with no ingredients and no drugs. All right. So soon as this plays, I will be back.
Skin. And now, the Super Patch comes.
That sound on now?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
On average, it covers about 21 square feet. Bigger than a typical door frame. It comprises 15% of your body weight and contains 11 miles of blood vessels. I'm talking about the biggest organ in the human body, your skin. And now, the Super Patch Company is unlocking the superpowers of human skin. Your skin protects you from invaders like germs, helps you regulate your body temperature, and allows you to feel tactile sensations like hot, cold, rough, and soft. In fact, the Nobel Prize was awarded to a couple of doctors who unlocked the secrets of our body's sense of touch and temperature. Imagine you have a tiny team of workers inside your body. When your skin experiences something hot or cold, or something touches your skin, these workers send messages to your brain telling you what's happening. They're called ion channels, and these sensors are the key to a new cutting-edge technology utilized by the Super Patch Company. This elegant and effective technology has gone through clinical studies, and the amazing results have been published in peer-reviewed science journals. And their benefits are game-changing. For example, let's talk about pain. The Freedom Super Patch focuses on pain management. Users of the patch reported a 72% reduction in pain within minutes, and the relief lasts for 24 hours. Here's how this amazing technology works. It's well known that our minds regulate our physiology. The autonomic nervous system and other neural networks, much like computer programs in our mind, control every aspect of our physical lives, from our heart and breathing rates to sleep and pain. But these networks can become dysfunctional or damaged due to factors like illness, stress, injury, or the environment. And when your neural networks stop working optimally, it can affect every aspect of your health. So to utilize these neural pathways, those ion channels, the Super Patch Company has been developing skin stimulation technology for more than 12 years. It's called Haptic Vibrotactile Trigger Technology, or VTT. Each super patch contains very fine ridges that stimulate receptors in your skin. Think of them as braille for the brain. And the unique patterns of these ridges help reboot a specific neural program. When these ridges touch the skin, the stimulation starts instantly correcting those neural programs, essentially rewiring your brain. We're talking about life-changing benefits. For example, more than 50 million Americans have sleep disorders. And according to the National Institute of Health, insufficient sleep is estimated to have a negative annual impact on the U.S. economy of more than $400 billion. Studies have shown that people who wear the REM super patch for 2 weeks fall asleep 48% faster and get almost 25% more sleep at night. Every year, more than 36 million falls are reported among older Americans, and studies show that balance is the most reliable biomarker for longevity. In other words, if you have good balance and stability, the more likely you are to live longer. Studies on the Liberty Super Patch reveal that it can improve balance and stability by more than 30%. This is all done without drugs, electronic stimulation, or therapies. Most importantly, the patches are safe and easy to use. 100% drug and chemical free. No ingredients or supplements, and there are no contraindications or side effects. It's great to be active. It's even better to be proactive. The Super Patch, backed by research, proven by science.
All right. I love that video so much. It just gives so much information. And I have wrote down some words that I liked. I liked how it said tactile sensation. We think about, we can believe that we touch a hot stove. We know that our brain is going to tell us that it's hot and we're going to move our hand, right? So the patches work the exact same way. We put them on our arm or our leg or wherever on our skin, and that braille for the brain is going to send a signal, and it said instantly corrects. Did y'all hear those 2 words in there? It said instantly corrects and start rewiring your brain. All right. So all those medications y'all been on 20 and 30 years, they have not instantly corrected you. All right. So it is now time to try something different. All right, so right now we are going to bring up a couple of testimonials, and we're also going to bring up Dr. Nicole Bramwell to talk to us more about the science of this. All right, so first up, we are going to bring a young lady that we met last week at a vending event. I've never met her before. We were setting up our table with the patches, and she said, I know about them. And, actually, I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't believe her. People always say, oh, I know about the patches because, people say they got patches, right? But I ain't believe her. But then when she went to saying Lumi and she went to saying freedom and all that, I knew she had the right patches, and she just started telling us of what they have done for her. And I asked her to be on here this evening to share. So if we can find Miss Cheryl, if you can just unmute yourself, I will find you and bring you
I'm
to the
unmuted.
spotlight. All right, perfect. Here you go. Thank you so much for being on with us. And you can
Oh,
take it away.
no, no
Just share
problem.
your story.
Okay.
just like Tamara said, when I saw the display and they had all of the patches, I said, "Oh my goodness, I know what that's about." Because I just started trying them. It hasn't been a week. So I was really impressed because I did the test, the Liberty patch. So that was the one I had the on the Liberty patch. But she said, "Had you ever done the?" And I don't remember what your words were for that, but
Balance
I
test.
did the what?
The balance test?
Yes. So I took the balance test and literally I was in tears because I had seen the balance test on Facebook on the page, but I hadn't personally done the balance test. And the person who I purchased them from never mentioned, or we didn't get together to do the balance test. But I had saw, so Tamara says, "Have you done the balance test?" I said, "No." So when she took the patch on because I had the Liberty patch on, she's like, "Okay, well, we're gonna take that one off." And then so she was told me what I need to do, hold my fit hands, and how she pushed down on my hands. Of course, I was pushing, I mean, falling over because I wasn't stable. Then we put the Liberty patch on, and I was like a rock. She could not even move me. I could not believe it. So I've been telling everybody about the Liberty patch, and then I also have on the one for pain. I had the sciatic problem, and I just got through walking. So since I've been using the patches for the pain patch and for the Liberty, walking 4 to 5 miles a day. I'm on a challenge to do 30 days of walking, and I've been loving it. No pain. I put on my patch every day, and I just think it's the best thing since sliced. Well, they say since sliced bread, but this has been it's amazing. Really is amazing. So
Absolutely.
tomorrow, my husband plays golf, so I'm going to put the Liberty patch on him tomorrow.
Absolutely. So just quick question, before you were using the Freedom Patch with your pain, what have you been doing to help with that
Oh,
pain?
well, I have been going to a chiropractor, spending a lot of money. I have been going to physical therapy, and nothing relieved it. And the problem was, and I kept telling them, it's at night. The pain would, I would have to put my leg out the bed, stand up. And since then, since I've been using the pain patch, I haven't had any problems. I'm no longer going to physical therapy or a PT or a chiropractor to give them my money. So,
Awesome. All right. Amazing
right.
testimony. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're
Please
welcome.
let's give Miss Cheryl some fire in the chat. All
Thank you.
right. You're welcome. All right. So now we're going to bring up Dr. Nicole Bramwell, and I definitely need you to put some fire in the chat for this lady because if it wasn't for her, none of us will probably be on here right now. Okay. Because we weren't trying to hear it, all right? And she said, y'all need to just relax. I need y'all to hear this, all right? So we appreciate you, Dr. Nicole Branwell, so much. You can take it away. Please share your thoughts with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, first, before I share my thoughts, I actually want to share another testimonial. I have a young lady on here that is actually from my church, and she owns a wellness center. And, by way of her mom, who actually started on the patches, who wasn't going to do anything, she was just going to use it for herself. And then she's like, wait a minute. And she talked to her daughter, and then we joined forces together. And she has an amazing testimonial because, yes, she used the Liberty Patch. Yes, I did a stability test on her, but she had more to say about what that Liberty Patch did for her. So, Miss JL Georges, are you there? Can you unmute yourself, beautiful lady? There she is.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Brimwell. Again, we are so connected, and I'm so excited for the things that the patches have done and what the doctor has done now in my practice. But she's right. I got patched at the shop. Maybe it's probably been like a week ago,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago now. And from the immediate moment the patch hit my arm, I had like a tingling sensation over my whole body. And I felt immediately focused and clear. And I do struggle with, moments where I do a lot. I multitask a lot in my business. And just being a mom of six, I do a lot around home, everywhere. You name it, I'm doing so much. And once the patch got placed on top of me, I just felt immediately focused. And I was a little taken back. I got overwhelmed. I started to tear up a little bit because I just couldn't believe how great I felt in that particular moment. I called, I left from Dr. Nicole and I called her back and I was like, can I get a patch for my kids? Because I want to put them on my kids. And I just felt so good. And my mother had told me about being patched a couple of weeks before I was patched and how she had chronic pain from a condition that had just recently had transpired in her life that was very like unexpected to us. And she was unable to, stand for long periods of time, just lay down. She was always uncomfortable with pain just from what she had experienced. And immediately when she got patched, Dr. Nicole was like, she didn't even realize she was standing on her own, like on one foot, the same leg that was bothering her, she was able to stand on. And so we just are so elated by what we have experienced with these patches that now I have brought them into my wellness center. And I'm so excited to tell each and every client that comes through the door about the patches. And Dr. Nicole has been coming into the facility and have been patching, and we've just been changing our clients' lives just instantly with putting these patches on them. That I'm just internally grateful. I'm so excited for what we're going to do and what God has in store for us. So thank you again. And thank you guys for the opportunity for sharing my journey.
Thank you. And thank you for kind of staying up for longer because I know you're about to like, she does a lot and she starts really, really early.
I
So
do.
thank you so much.
Yes,
But
thank you.
it is exciting to hear. I mean, definitely, I was even surprised about what she said about feeling so clear. Like she was like, man, like she looked like she was like tunnel vision. She could go straight and go do something just miraculous. And she does a lot of stuff. She does. And so I want people to understand that although each of the patches has a particular thing that it addresses, that because it is working with your brain is a continuum. And so, yes, that pattern is addressing that particular thing. But then once it fixes that, if it's been interrupting other things like your focus or, if your balance has been affecting your pain or your pain has been affecting your balance, you're going to have crossover. You're going to have it coming together. And so this is just lacing everything together, knitting together. Actually, that's what we heard. We reweaving our brains is what we heard in church actually yesterday. So, but this is such technology, but it is so how our brains are already wired, and what life has done is just gotten everything off balance. You got to recalibrate, and these are to recalibrate you, but in a permanent way, because each day that you're wearing the patches, it's continuing from where you left off, not from where you started from. And I think that's actually the most miraculous thing. You are actually healing. It is healing. So keep wearing them. If you've already started, keep wearing them. If you haven't started, you need to keep wearing them. If you don't have a problem, you need to go ahead and start wearing them, because guess what? You may have an issue that's actually smoldering and you don't know because you just don't have the outward realization or manifestation of that yet. But why allow the problem to build up? We know that we're getting older every day, so issues happen as we get older. Go ahead and put those patches on. Balance is by far the foundation. Balance and stability, those are the biomarkers for longevity. Who doesn't want to live a more quality, longer life? Of course, you want to live longer, but you want it to be of quality. This will do both, and the literature does show that balance and stability are the biomarkers for that. And there's just so much. Your pain, get your pain under control, because it's stopping you from doing other things. It's stopping you from sleeping. It's stopping you from being joyful. It's stopping you from not being anxious. And we had a young lady, actually, JL also had, I have to share this testimonial because I think it's very telling. Yes, we put it on a postpartum mom on Saturday. I patched her. She's postpartum by 3 weeks. She was having dizziness after each time she breastfed her child. That is debilitating, okay? Because you have to breastfeed your child like every 1 to 2 hours in the beginning. It's very often. So can you imagine being after your daughter is born and you have other children and you're dizzy after each time that you breastfeed your child. Well, we patched her with the Liberty patch, and then we put the Peace patch on her. Because of the dizziness, she was getting anxiety. So she had both on. She could no longer force herself to become dizzy anymore. She did not have any dizziness when she left there. It was instantaneous. It was amazing. So yes, as Dr. Dunn says, this is the reason why I became a doctor. This is why I wanted to be a doctor from the age of 8, was to actually help people be well, be balanced. And this is about that. And this is no hocus pocus. Yes, it seems like it's magic, but what I call it is miraculous. And that is true, true, true. And I will continue to use that word because so many people have suffered for so long, and they are instantaneously or almost instantaneously within short periods of time actually changing their lives. And so this is what this is about. I'm not going to try to over explain what you saw in that video. The video does it well. Dr. Jay Dollywall has taken care of that, so I don't have to worry about that. What I want to impress upon you is how important it is for you to go ahead and get patched. Get your stability test, because once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. Once you see it, you definitely can't unsee it. You can't unhear it, and you can't unknow it. And you won't be able to explain why you know it and you're not doing better, right? So Dr. Dunn, if you want me to get started here, I can go down the top row if you want. So freedom is for that pain that JL's mom actually experienced right in front of me. She took forever to come to the door, and guess what? Then she was standing up on one foot. That's amazing. And she's no longer using a walker. And actually, I saw her at church in her heels yesterday. So, hey, tell that. All right. And then we've got the victory patch, which is basically the Liberty patch plus recovery. It's for improved athletic performance. So that's what JL's kids are actually using because they're in sports. And so they started using the victory patch, and she's already seen improvement with that. The Liberty is for your stability, balance, and homeostasis of your autonomic nervous system. And your autonomic nervous system controls your blood pressure, your heart rate, your breathing, all these things that are involuntary, but involuntarily going off kilter, and you need to get them realigned. Ignite burns additional calories, up to 500 additional calories at rest. It raises your basal metabolic rate. That means at rest, your metabolic rate is higher, which means you're going to burn calories without even doing anything. Imagine if you do a little something, what's going to happen with that, right? And then joy for those sad moments. Maybe you're not depressed all the time, but we all have sad moments. You can put it on and actually feel better. Let me tell you, that thing, I don't know, you kind of get the giggles and whatever when you had that on, like nothing's going to bother you. And that's along with the peace patch. The peace patch is for stress. Who's not under stress, anxiety? I am an even keeled person, but I know on the inside of my body, all kinds of things are going on because I got stressed just like everybody else. So it's going to quiet that. And when you have stress, your nerves fire off dysynchronously, so they're not in sync or anything, and this is going to actually quiet them down so that you can actually feel exactly what it says, peace. And so I'm going to hand this over to you, back over to you, Dr. Dunn, because you know how this goes, and
Sure.
you love these
Thank you
patches
so
just like
much.
I do.
I do. Look, the peace one is my favorite right now because, like, again, I really thought I was okay. Like, I'm really calm. Like, nothing bothers me. Like, I don't go all crazy until it's time to go crazy, right? But the peace, it has me so zen. Like, I'm unbothered. Like, the kids were home all summer. Usually I'm frantic and crazy, right? But they were okay because I had my peace patch this summer. So I love the peace. And for those of you who are using the patches, just put in the chat like one or two of your favorites. I know that that's hard for some, but maybe like one or two. What are your ultimate favorites? Just type it in the chat for our guests to see. But we've got Lumi, which is good for our skin. So any symptoms that come with any skin condition, eczema, psoriasis, acne, adult and teenage. Okay, so teenage acne comes in, but adults can get it too with hormone changes. I'm on day 3 of the Lumi. I finally got it, and I'm already telling like just the glow and the, you know, the, 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 The oils are a little different. It's not real dry. I usually have to put moisturizer on like all day to keep it looking all right, but I have not had to do that. We've got Defend, which is good for your immunity, good for your blood flow, and also good with allergy symptoms. Okay. I was a late bloomer in the allergy world. I didn't get them till I turned 40, and they came by storm. All right. So my eyes are red and itchy. Like it just, I keep going. It's like I want to just take them out. And I didn't have to do any eye drops from over the counter. Like I put my Defend on, and in minutes it clears right up. All right. So any type of congestion, it cleared it right up. So I love my Defend patch. Perfect right now while the kiddies are going back to school and they're amongst all those other germs that wasn't at home over the summertime. So that helps protect them and you. All right. Focus. It just keeps you focused, guys. And I think it's doing something with my memory too. I'm remembering more things. But it just keeps me focused and productive through the day. We've got our Rocket that is good for sexual enhancement. And this is also good for like hormonal changes, like for those that are going through perimenopause, andropause, menopause, for men and women, this will help you in that. We've got Kick It that helps with any type of addictions. And I don't just want you to think about alcohol and drugs. I mean, we're talking nail biting. I'm talking overthinking. For those of us who are overthinkers, that is a brain pattern that you developed over the years. Kick It will help with that. All right. And then we've got like sweets, cravings, nighttime snacking. Kick It and Ignite is an excellent combo in peace. For things if you want to lose a few pounds. All right. And then we've got REM, which is good for our sleep. We listened to this in our video. It helps you get a better quality of sleep. So some of us are sleeping, but we're not getting a good quality. So we wake up groggy and tired, even though we've been asleep all night. So that REM is going to take care of that. And then we've got our Boost Pack. That is our clean energy. All right. So we don't need no more shots and drinks to give us energy. All right. That's going to affect other organs in our body. We have our Boost Patch that give us clean energy through our entire body. And trust me, it lasts all day. All right. I'm up looking at the ceiling fan. Like, why can't I go to sleep? Because I still have my Boost Patch on. I have forgot. So So it does work all day. All right, so those are our patches, and you've heard our testimonies, you've heard the video, you've heard what the doctor said, and now you've got two choices. You're either going to you're going to get back to the person that invited you, become a customer. We have a great customer program. You're going to get 25% off of your first order. You can get referral credits every time you're sharing and talking about the patches with other people. They can use your customer link to order. Or if you know you want to just share this with the world like us, you want to become a patcher, you know that you can help so many people, then you can get the link from the person that invited you and push to become an associate. All right. Because this is creating a new industry. All right. We're going to be changing medicine cabinets. We're changing wellness across the globe. And you can be a part of that this evening. All right. So get the link from the person that invited you and get started today. There's a million packages for you to choose from. Just choose what's best for you. They go from $40 all the way up to $2,000. All right. So choose what you can do right now. Just know if you get 2 packs of patches, that's not going to be enough. You're going to want to use them. You're going to want to share with others. And then you're going to become like us, like, oh, you can't have mine. Right. So just make sure that you have enough so that you can use them and share with others. All right. So I'm going to thank Mrs. Moore. I know she's out doing a presentation in Philadelphia right now. I'm sure she's live, so we should go and watch that when we get off of here. We want to thank all the guests for coming on. Thank you, Dr. Bramwell. Thank you to our testimonies. Thank you, Jorge, who is our interpreter this evening on the Spanish line. We'll be right back here tomorrow night. Not tomorrow, Monday night at 8 p.m. So if you're on here and you're a guest, tell some people and y'all come back on Monday night. All right. And we already know what to do. So I will see you guys later on. Thank you so much for getting on. Love you guys so much. Y'all have a great evening. Goodbye.